So I'm going to give you, again, a few examples and see if you can figure it out. So I have x to the fourth over x squared, and that's going to equal x squared. I have y to the fifth over y to the seventh, and that's going to give me 1 over y squared. What do you think that rule is? You are going to subtract. So when you are dividing with the same base, you are going to subtract the exponents. Okay? Now again, if you are the person that's like, Ms. Sherman, what in the world did you just do? Maybe you are like, I understand that subtraction, but the second one, Ms. Sherman, you got, it should have been -2, and like, why is it on the bottom? And that's like a whole extra thing. Okay? So let's just go with, for this one, you should get y to the fourth. If you are saying y, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on top, and then 1, 2 on the bottom. I know that that would make a pair, and that would make a pair, leaving me with 4 y's up top. Okay? On this one, what would it be? 5 to the third. Again, if you are like, I got nothing. We have that. Then we have 1 on the bottom. And then we cross those bad boys out. We're left with 3 on top. Okay? Now, we have numbers now in the next one, right? We have coefficients in the front. So this one, the 5 was the actual base, so we didn't do anything with it. This one has coefficient in the front. So what you're going to do with that is we are going to reduce that fraction. So it's going to kind of be twofold. So I'm going to look at this fraction as 10 over 15, or maybe you want to look at the a's first. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. But what can you divide both 10 and 15 by? 5. So that gives me 2/3. And then if I deal with my a's, right, I know that I have 2 a's left over and they're on top. So that would be my fraction. If you did not know how I got that, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My pen is dying. Let's see if I have another one. 1, 2. Okay, so that's why I have 2 left on top. Okay? I'm going to skip this one. I want to look at this one. Okay? Because it's going to be some in the, if you notice, some are going to be left over in the bottom. So, if you have this, right, you may be able to tell me, well, 7 over 14, I can divide both of those by 7, and that gives me 1 over 2. You may also be able to tell me that I have an x left on top and that I have 1 z left on bottom. So that should be the answer. However, some of you may be saying, but Ms. Sherman, if you do 5 minus 6, you would get -1. So you want to make sure that you have positive exponents. Okay, and we're going to go over that rule here in a couple days. But for right now, just know I want, if 6 is the bigger number and it's on bottom, I want that to be on the bottom. If you want to write it with a negative exponent, I guess I can be fine with that as well. Okay, so if you want to write this as 1 over 2 and then x and then z the negative first, I guess I'm okay with that. We can deal with that later. Okay, but again, if you are the person that's like, I don't even know how the heck she's getting that, I still don't understand the subtraction, like what in the world is going on, then you would have a 7 and then you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 z's, and then we would have 2 x's on top. And then on bottom, I would have my 14. Well, I have my 1/2, whatever. I'm going to move my x and my z. I'm going to swap them just so that I can keep my z's kind of together.